Good evening. I've turned 40 recently, and I want to be clear about something. This isn't a restart, it's a decision. I'm not panicking, I'm not reinventing myself. I'm choosing to build the next phase of my life properly, considerately, and wholeheartedly. I've spent the past 24 years of my working life perfecting my skill. My skill, I feel like, is excellent. My business acumen is shocking. I'm not going to beat around the bush with that one. So this is 40 and Thriving, and what this basically is me holding myself accountable for every aspect of my life. Now, things I want to improve, I've put into 4 categories. One, most important one, is family. Second one is health. Third one is my business, and my fourth one is my finances. So what this is going to be is basically a real time sharing my thoughts, my ideas, my processes, just to basically get rid of all the noise and just solely double down and focus on what is really important to me, and it's them 4 things. What does 40 actually mean? Well, you're halfway there, aren't you? They reckon you'll live till 80. I'm hoping I live a bit longer, but you never know. In your build up to your 40s, your 20s and your 30s, you feel like your time's unlimited. It's not, but it feels like it is. But getting to 40, it's given me a little bit more of it. It's tuned me in a little bit, made me realise that it's half time really. I've lost someone very important to me recently, and he was taken far too soon. And this is kind of what's given me the kick up the arse to get myself going and start really focusing in on the 4 things that I refer back to. He's left a big hole in the family, and yeah, it's been awful. So it's allowed me to question myself, look at my decisions and my life, my lifestyle, and what I need to change. There's a fair few things, and we're going to go through them. I'll go through them in depth in more videos down the line, and obviously I'll just skim through it for the time being. I'm going to start with the business first. The business is DSPB Joinery and Construction. At the top of the tree, then underneath it we've got Distinctive Garden Structures. Basically what that is anything in your garden that's made out of timber, I will build for you. Really want to niche into garden rooms. Garden rooms for me are where I find the most enjoyment. I can turn them around quickly enough. The product at the end is life-changing for the client. It's life-changing for me. It's just a great product. I live in quite an affluent area of Cheshire. Well, not where I live, but around. There's people who are willing to spend money on garden rooms. And I've been fortunate enough, I think I did 4 last year. I think I've got 2 on the cards for this year, bearing in mind it's the 3rd of January. And I want to take that to be my sole source of income through work. Now, what I want to do with this business is I want to make it a sustainable business, in the sense that if I wanted to take time away from the business still runs. So I'm putting plans in place to have the correct people around me who I can trust and know will deliver to the level that I expect the builds. I'm not talking about coming off the tools entirely, but for me, for my business to grow, I need to spend more time working on the business than in the business. So that is what this year is probably going to entail. The majority of is making sure I've got the right people in the right places, ultimately generating more income and allowing me to tie into our second subject, is finances. Finances for me are a absolute headache. I have 5 kids at home. I have a wife. Obviously, having that many children, my wife can't work because the youngest is 2. So yeah, it's not worth her working and having to pay for childcare. So what I want to do from a financial point of view is to stop the little nitty bitty stresses that come with finances. So I think you'll see with all my sort of goals and targets in the whole of this is that everything kind of knits together. So in order for the finances to thrive, the business has got to thrive, and in order for the family to thrive, and for me to be present and accountable all the way through, the finances have got to be in line, and then in order to me to do the job, the health's got to be there. So it's like a vicious circle. It just keeps turning round and round and round and round, and the last thing we need is a chink in it. It's just going to make it all fall apart. So finances are quite key in the respect that without the money, the life doesn't keep going. You know what I mean? I want a comfort blanket. If there's a lull in work, I want to be able to not stress that there's not enough money for me to pay my bills. So finances are massive. I'll be going more in depth with the finances at a later date. So that brings us on now to health. Health really is the foundation of everything, in my opinion. I've neglected it for far too long. I'm not overweight. I wouldn't say I looked unhealthy. The one thing I would say is that I am not fit. I don't want abs. I'm not fussed about having abs. I'm not fussed about being hench or anything like that. All I want is to be able to go to work at 7:30 in the morning, come home at 4:30 in the morning, and not sit on this settee and go like that. I work hard. I like working hard, but I want to be able to sustain it, come home and play with the kids, and not be flat out on the sofa when the wife's trying to talk to me or we're watching a film or something like that. I mean, as tempting as it is in front of the wood burner, these things do tend to happen. Now, I do like to have a drink on the weekends. So I feel like if I want to have that as part of my lifestyle, then I need to counterbalance that with getting fit. So I've started running again. I hate running, but I'm doing it. I'm going to be doing some boxing. I've got a heavy bag, I've got a speed ball, and I'm also going to be using my brother-in-law's gym, who lives down the road, who ironically his name is Jim. I'm going to be using that as well, and I want to basically just make myself feel better. I'm waking up in the morning, I'm like, oh, this is awful, aches, creaks, and all sorts, and I don't like it. I don't want to be like that. So yeah, the focus has really shifted onto that aspect of my life, and I'm going to pack in the vaping as well. And I said that here, I'm going to pack in the vaping. It's not good for you. It's probably worse than cigarettes, because you have a cigarette and you're done. When you're vaping, it's constant, it's convenience. It's done, it's going. So then that brings on to my final point, which is my family. Now, the family for me is the most important part of this whole life of mine. I'm very fortunate to have 5 wonderful children. I've got a daughter, I've got 4 boys. My eldest is 20, my youngest is 2. Yeah, I know, it's a bit shocking. I've got a fantastic wife, been together for years, love the bones of her. I want to be more present for them. I like to think I'm a good dad, but you can always do better. I've got a son who's negotiating who's going into high school next year, and I think that's going to be a difficult transition for him. I've got a son not far behind him going in the year after. I just love my kids. They're everything to me. Spending time with them, spending time away with them. We took on away last year on our first family holiday since we've had the youngest 2, and it was just incredible. We spent 10 days in France. We've booked again this year. We're going for 20 days, and it's just amazing. And again, it ties back to the finances. I need to be in a position where there's enough money to keep things spinning whilst I'm away, so that I'm not coming back to a whole world of shit and I'm like, what is going on here? So it all just knits neatly together. I know this video is a little bit all over the shop, but I'm going to try my hardest to do better with this. But this is just honest, it's raw. There's going to be no edits or anything like that. The only edit you'll see is I'll stop there, look at my notes, start again. I just want to portray what I'm hoping to achieve. So hopefully, if you're in the same boat as me, or 30 knocking on 40's door, or you're even gone past 40 and you're knocking on 50's door, hopefully you can take something from it. I'm not trying to influence, I'm not trying to guru you. It's just going to be me and what I want out of life, and hopefully you can take some nuggets from it. Anyway, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, leave a comment if you think I'm chatting pure shit. It's all good. Anyway, have a great evening. Peace out.